for some reason today, I'm not opposed to being on camera, so we're starting off here. You might have seen my videos on how I cut clippings from magazines like these. I like to collage them, and I just will go through them, like pick out images I like depending on the shape or the color or the face or the item, whatever it is. And I have a huge drawer in this desk behind me that I'll show you in a bit that has all the clippings I've collected since, I don't know, I was in high school probably. And then I just put them in there for fun. I kind of do the clipping cutting process as a way to de-stress and just vibe out. And sometimes if I've been painting all day for work and then I want to hang out and do something I enjoy, which is also painting, it's a little too much, so it's a different medium, but I'm still making art, so it's just a fun thing. And then when I have something to make where I need to collage, I have this whole tray, or what's it called, drawer of pieces that I can use. And so today we're gonna actually use the pieces because one of my friends watched my cowboy clipping video and said I was blue balling you guys because I didn't actually use the clippings, and I am so sorry. Don't mean to blue ball anybody ever. So we're gonna go through it and actually use it today. Before we do is there anything else to tell you about actually? I don't think so. We'll go through those. Oh yeah, what we're doing, duh. Okay, so I have 2 weddings coming up, one in NorCal and one in Mallorca, Spain. Very excited, they're both in the next month. And I want to make both couples a card to go with their gift, and I want the card to, I love cards, and I want the cards to double as something that they can keep and frame if they want to, or just have in kind of the sentimental box. And what I do with this kind of card is I'll go through all my clippings and I'll look for pieces that speak to me about the couple or kind of represent things they like, or just to me give their vibe in terms of color and shape and whatever it is. And so we're gonna look for those first. I probably won't do that with you because it's a bit of a long process, but I'll show you what I come up with. It's gonna be a short list because the cards are only gonna be small and I'm probably gonna collect lots and lots of things, but I'll see how they all look together. Sometimes I'll see 2 pieces and go, oh, that would look so nice together because they're colors and something I might really like and it doesn't quite go with everything else. So we will kind of do all that part together. So the NorCal vibe, the Mallorca vibe, and then I'll show you how I piece them together, like physically with my scissors and my glue and all those fun craft things. Yeah, that's it really. Before we start on that though, I'll show you the kittens because they've grown up. They turned a month yesterday. Oh, God forbid. I've actually just given them wet food for the first time today. Drop Top loved it, ate the whole thing. Raindrop was not interested at all. So yeah, they're much bigger. Their eyes are open, they're chatting. They follow me around the house. It's really cute. This is Raindrop and this is Parmesan, who's looking at them with disgust. This is probably as close as they've been together. Then this is Drop Top. I'm fostering them, so they're up for adoption through Rory to the Rescue. I'll post about it on Instagram for sure. And they're so cute, I just love them. We just hang out all day and they can trot around. They're mostly out of their little pen now. They're pretty litter trained, probably 70% as of today, but they're just so cute. Mwah! And this one. Anyways, I'm gonna put them away and then we'll go to the drawer. Oh! You're stuck to me. Okay, so here's the collage drawer. Lots going on. It's layers and layers of pieces. All kinds of different magazines. I love using different kinds of magazines. We have like home, art, nature, travel, all kinds of stuff. So what I'm gonna do is just put on some music and love that. Sit here and just kind of get in the zone and think about what could represent my friends who are getting married so well. And I'm not trying to create a picture. It's more like a vibe explosion is sort of how I do it. That's a good one. And when I see one I like, I'm just gonna pop it on the floor next to me. And then I'll meet you back at the, oh, that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool too. They both love dogs. Sorry, interrupting myself. When I get them all together, I will meet you back up at the other desk. Well, somehow, in the space of me collecting my clippings, which are here, and right now, 2 days have passed, and I've developed a cold. So if I sound a little ill, that's why. These clippings are not going to be for the cards, but I just wanted to show you why I love clipping so much, because they're just so 2019 or whatever years these are coded. Like in the magazines at the time, these were just in there. I liked them, I clipped them. Clipping is when you get a piece like this, if that wasn't clear. And now these are such iconic photos, and I'm just so glad I have them. I'm not sure why I cut her out. Maybe I'd started to use her. Like, what an era. I don't know. I just love that about myself, that I saved these things. So I'm gonna put those away. Just wanted to show you. Here are what we actually have that I've decided I'd like to use for Kat's card and then Allison's card. So I'll go through them, and then some I'm not sure which to go in yet, and we'll put them in the middle pile. Just pretty. So Kat loves the outdoors. Her wedding's in California. I don't know if this is in California, but it's kind of giving California to me, so we're gonna put that here. Allison's is in Europe. Europe vibes. Honestly, this could be either, but I'm kind of feeling like it's Allison's vibe because she's in this, the wedding's at this beautiful pastel area, so that kind of aligns. Kat loves the outdoors, so that's just so pretty. I love that. And there's kind of like a trail, which could be a trail into future life and happiness and stuff. She also loves sunsets. She's a surfer girl and loves hiking and all those things. So here we go. Both of them love dogs, and I just feel like that's such a cute scene. I think I took it to put on Kat's though. Her and her fiance have matching dogs, but they're different sizes. It's so cute. They got them before they met. This gorgeous little villa room is so European. I'm gonna give that to Allison's side. Kat loves cheese. Once for her birthday and COVID, I made a blind cheese tasting test party, and I gave her a bite of all these different cheeses, and she had to guess what it was, and I'm pretty sure she got them all 100% right, which is absurd. It was a lot of fun. Allison loves architecture and cool shapes and styles like this, so I have to put that in her pile. And I thought about this before. I clumped them all together, and now I'm dispersing them with you. This is very Kat vibes. Again, Allison with the arches and just the nature of all this. Same with this. I can imagine their honeymoon being somewhere like here. This is just really pretty. I feel like both of them would like that. I don't know. I was thinking of the pastels for Allison's, but now that I look at it, it has the black, so let's put it up there and decide later. Sushi, important, really could be both. Gorgeous little flowers, also could be both. Both of them love the beach, both. Then I just got a bunch of flowers because I thought these could be good kind of fill-in areas. This is super Kat to me. I don't really know how to explain why. Gorgeous. And I love this little scene. They actually are both massive foodies, which is I think why I get along with them so well, but Kat specifically loves cooking really healthy meals, and she's always making salmon, so I just thought that could be kind of fun. This is just so sweet. The only thing is I don't want to, you know when someone gets married and then everyone's like, when are the kids coming? And they're like, whoa, not sure. So maybe we actually don't use that, but it's really, really sweet. I'll use it another time. Important, could be either. This, I was thinking, is Allison vibes for sure. The like luscious, giving Mallorca kind of in the pastel. Either. Both and either. Allison, Kat. This I just thought was pretty. Again, with the food, Kat loves pizza, and that's something we would eat together a lot. This is just the cutest freaking little photo. I don't know, could go somewhere nice. This is giving California coast to me. I have no idea where it is. And then this one was giving kind of European architecture to me. So Allison, then this I just thought could be a nice detail in some way, the gold, a little festive. And then this bowl of herbs and flowers was very cat to me. This, I just love the colors for Allison. Kat loves elephants, and I actually, when I was in college, made her an elephant jacket, so I thought that would be a nice little touch. This is so pretty, could be either. This, I just feel like that's kind of funny, like for a wedding card. We're all in, motherfucker. Oh, I probably not meant to swear. I feel like Kat would find that funny. Then this, I was thinking for Allison's too, just these colors. And then this actually goes super pretty with that, so maybe we do this. So we have our piles that we're gonna work from, and I'm gonna put them to the side, and we're gonna make the actual cards. So what I'm using for the envelopes are these A7 superfine white envelopes from Paper Source, which is where I get a lot of my envelopes and cards and stuff. So we'll take 2 of those. For the whole gluing and cutting and sticking process, we'll need a glue stick. I like the purple ones from Elmer's because then I can see where the glue was. Bone folder, you'll see what for. And then some, oopsie daisy, some scissors, different sizes for different things. Now I don't actually have a cards to go inside this envelope size that aren't black, and I didn't think that was very wedding-y, so we're just gonna make our own paper for the inside using my classic mixed media thing, sketchbook. I just made this, I'll post it soon. This was really fun to do. Look at all those cool blends. So what we're gonna do is flip to an area that has no background paint on it and rip out 2 pages. Put that over there. Now, if we take a look at this, yes, it'll just fit inside. It's not the exact same white. I don't think I've ever cared about something less in my life, to be honest. Okay, so we're gonna fold this down on the dotted line. And we're just going to tear it away. I love tearing paper. I go down both sides. Actually, this is what the bone folder's for. Crisp it down on one side. Crisp it down on the other. And then really easy, because it's already torn a bit, we can tear that away. And then we'll do the same. Oopsie, I brought over some pieces with me. That's a bit messy. Why have I done that? Anyways, this probably doesn't need bone foldering because, oh, aren't we speaking too soon? Okay. Oh no, this one didn't go so to plan. Well, here's what you can see, what happens when things don't go your way. We'll just try and do our best, which means getting the little scissors and just sharpening the edges. Nobody's gonna know. Take these little pieces and pop them in the bin. Okay. Now we're gonna wanna fold it in half so it fits in our envelope. And what I like to do is just align one corner at the bottom, corner at the top. And then I usually go to the middle and then press outward. And then here the bone folder comes in. I usually go down twice, flip it over,
down twice. And this tool just makes edges sharp. I got it when I did a bookmaking class and it's very handy. Okay, so now we have a nice little card. Let's check it fits in our envelope. Yes. Just triple, quadruple check before we do it. Okay, nice. Then we'll do our other one. Oh, we should really put the soft side of the paper on the outside, I guess, if we're being technical. So 1, 2. The fact that my messy table doesn't stain stuff more often, it's crazy to me, but it's pretty dried. Okay, so now we have both of our cards and our envelopes. Look at this juice that Georgie made me today. Bright pink. It's ginger and beet and apple. And it's spicy, oh my god. But good. Okay. I reckon we do cats first. So I'm gonna get her pile. I'm gonna put the card here for reference. And what I like to do is spread everything out in a way where I can see it all. And then we're gonna have a look at what kind of goes nice together. Already, this I'm gonna put here because you can still see. Already we can tell that this is not all gonna fit on her little card, but that's fine. So I'm gonna just do these. And then we also have those ones for the middle, which I'm gonna go for these ones first. Okay, so I didn't really have an idea in mind of which ones I was gonna choose when I was picking them, because I wanted to see them all together, and it's also okay to cut some of them. So like maybe I end up just wanting the little shrimp, which is unlikely, but I could just use that. So let's have a look. I think I for sure want to do this elephant one. Also, which way are we gonna do the card? The possibilities are endless. For sure the elephant. I'm loving that blue. She definitely likes blue, and she definitely likes green. I feel like this is kind of funny. It's not a very wedding card, but she'd like it. So like this, and then maybe, ooh, or the pizza. I don't want to do both of these, so we're gonna shortlist them like that. I'm just also really just thinking aloud here. Because I don't have a specific plan, but apparently you're curious about how I put all these together, so that's what's happening in my head. I like this. You know what? I kind of like this as a calm little combo. I'm kind of thinking I put the all in on top of whatever it is. That could be fun. I also quite like to leave the edges blank, so not go all the very way to the edge. And I like them to have a little overlap, so it's like a collaged feel. So like this, for example. And we can always trim down. That could be fun under here. I really like this combo of these 4 things. I kind of want to put some flowers in there. I think the cheese we can say toodles to because we have the food. Oh wait, or this one. I think this guy. So for flowers, we could do this. This is feeling too big for this situation. This I really love, and I think she'd love too, but the grasses are a bit similar. Like it could work if it was on this side balanced. Let's maybe her. The sunset, as nice as it is, I don't think would really go with our vibe. Do you? We could cut just like a sliver, but I'm not being called. This feels too big. It's interesting how stuff changes when you have other things next to it. That's super cute, but she does have the animals. This could be quite cool actually to cut out the mountain range. Not cool enough, clearly. So these I'm keeping as short list. You can put them with the all-in. And then I want to put the pizza, but before we commit too hard to that, let's get through our both pile and see if anything speaks to us. These colors look nice together. I kind of like that. But do I like it enough? No. This I was thinking is kind of a fill-in, and I don't think we really need that. This is so freaking cute. But maybe I'll save this for a Valentine's card or something. It's nice to have options and then be able to narrow down than to feel clustered. Abundance mindset. That doesn't really make sense here, does it? Now this is cool because the pizza and this are similar in shape and color, and it could maybe balance it all out. So let's put that in our short list as well. I like this, but that's awfully similar to that, and I think she'd prefer the tree. Also remember, she's not gonna see it and be like, oh, Lizzie should have put the one with the aloe vera or whatever that is, because she's just receiving it as a finished product. So don't overthink things too hard. I always feel like if something's stumping me for more than a minute, I'll just put it aside and come back to it. God, this looks so good. My cousin just brought me back some chocolate fudge from Colorado, and I can't stop eating it. And it's giving this. I love a healthy dairy to chocolate ratio. But I don't know if it necessarily is needed in this situation. Now, this is so pretty to me, but I think what I might do actually is put this on the inside, like when we open it. So let's put that down here. This I think she'd really enjoy, but I don't see it matching. Maybe. Vibes, but we're already getting beach-ish with that. And where they live, the beach isn't that crowded. Okay, I love these flowers, but I think we have enough orange going on. Cute but rogue. Doesn't quite go. And then I do love the blue of this. Okay, let's put this both pile back over here. Discards over there. And then this guy, still keeping to the side. Gonna have a sip of my really pink juice. Whoa. And let's lay all these out in a bit of a nicer way to see. So Kat is very bold and kind of like says what she means. What's the word for that? I don't know, but I just think having all in, it would be like really cute and kind of fit her personality. So I do definitely want to do that. I'm going to connect it with foam squares. So it's going to be a little 3D, which is one of my favorite things to do. So let's just keep in mind that in the probably center of the page, there's going to be, it's going to be covered up. So like I wouldn't want that there, for example. So how I'm thinking is I kind of want this to represent their life. So beaches, walks, adventures, nature, food, and just kind of be like a peek into this next chapter, if you will. I might be cutting this like this. Let's have a play. I like to just, we can get a bit closer, can't we? I like to just, this is kind of feeling a little too chaotic, honestly, for this particular stitch. Okay, so what if we started here? Could this go on its side? Oh, it could go on its side. That's helpful. I've never made these when talking out loud before, so I don't know what's gonna come out here. Oh, I love that little boat. I didn't notice that till right now. That would be super cute if we could get it in, wouldn't it? She also likes clouds as well, just like me. How did we have it before? We had it like this, like this. This blue is so pretty to me. I would like to keep as much of that exposed as possible. Actually, maybe we do this and we can get something in on the sky there, like that. Could be pretty. Which way does this go? That's nice. Then we had this here. I might slim it down a bit and then pop this guy here, but unfortunately for this salad, he's gotta go. I'm just kind of guessing where I'm cutting it at this point. Okay, I like that a lot. However, the pasta, you can't see. If we were to bring it up at all, and the pasta's peeking out, pasta's just so important to her life. I'd love it to make an appearance. Ooh, that works, just like that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is get my pencil and mark around where I wanna cut it. Boop. Where's my line? I don't even see it. I see this one. Try and get it as straight as we can. That was okay. I could do better. Now, I'm kind of feeling like this doesn't need to cover as much space as it does. And this is a little dark for me, so we'll crop it. Gosh, I'm really not good at straight lines today. Okay, I like that. We can see our pasta, we can see a second pizza, more wine. I honestly wouldn't mind if it was a little shorter, but I think to balance it, I'll take from the bottom. How was that? That feels better, but I don't want it so matchy-matchy, so let me move this here so this goes out. How are we gonna glue it down with this exact precision? Great question. Then this little bowl I just quite like. I don't know why. I feel like she'd find it cute. Ooh. But again, that could use a crop. Okay, so like that. There. Oh, the pasta. Snap. We can put it a little lower, like that. Okay. So now for the gluing part, what we need is my glue paper. Very glamorous, looks like this. I use it to glue stuff down on. And I've used it a lot, clearly. So, okay, so these 4 things are not being included. Are we happy with that decision? Actually, I feel like you can still kind of see the pasta. That makes sense to me. So what I think the best, you know what? Hold on. One thing at a time, Lizard. Am I happy with this? Yes. Okay, so these are gonna go back in the, at least this and this are gonna go back in the Allison pile. These are gonna go back in the drawer pile. So here we have our picture. Let's take a mental note of the spacing. Is everything in frame here? Not really. There we go. And I like to start with what's at the very bottom, which would be this cloud pick. So I'm gonna hold on to these. This can be done later. Try and keep them as best in place as I can. And then we are going to glue all 4 sides of this one. So I like to go half on the piece and then half on the paper, like so. It dries pretty quick. Oops, I accidentally picked it up. And then I like to do an X in the middle, and if there's any thick bits, I just try and take them out as best I can. Then I look at where this looks good amongst everything else, and I put it down. A little more, I would like. And then move these aside. And that's okay, we're covering it. We're gonna bone folder that we're not covering. So we'll try and get it away. Use the side of the bone folder kind of like this to smooth it out as best we can. Okay, happy. Oh, we have a little here too. So it's kind of tedious, but what happens now is we're gonna just rebuild it and keep repeating that until everything has its place glued down. This is looking not straight to me. Sometimes you're lucky where you can see something underneath. I don't know if you can see from there. And I could see the top of the letters below, and so I kind of tried to keep straight among them. Hopefully that helped. Okay, so we had this kind of like this. We had this kind of like this. And then actually I want this one to be as far as I can, so this is actually gonna go like that. And then let's check our all in works. All in, nice. So what is the most bottom here now is this one. So another technique for finding the best place for something is putting it where I wanted it to be, so like this. And then we're gonna line up the others directly at the bottom of this. And since it's only 2, it's easy to remember where they go. So like that, more or less. Doesn't have to be exact. And then we're gonna do our little glue method. So each each side. Whoop. And then a bit of an X. Oh no, we got it on the front. Oh well. All right, so then line up with those. And I think there's a little more sideways. That feels about right. So I'm gonna bone folder, and this just smooths it down. Oh man, I've done it again. That kind of happens. That's because there was a little too much glue underneath, but it's okay, comes with the territory. So I just like to get it as smooth as possible and try and use this to get any air bubbles out as well, which I definitely have some air bubbles, but it's kind of hard to tell, I guess. So then, you guessed it, we do the same thing again with our other pieces. I like the elephants on top, but I like that bay. So, well, I guess you can still kind of see it. Okay, so now looking at this edge is going to be as close as we can really to there. I can remember that size. And same with this one, which means this space is going to be double that space. This is total Lizzie math right here. So I feel safe taking this away. And then look, this is even dried. Gonna get our little edges down. I didn't need a whole X because it's not too much. Okay, so as edge as we can here, and then half edge or double edge at the bottom. Oh, gotta put my top on my glue. Okay. Bone folder that down. I feel like I've kind of still got sunset here in a way because that sun's obviously going down, so that's good. She just really likes the sunset. Then let's remind ourselves where the elephants are gonna go. So around the bottom, pretty much in the center. I want this to peek out. Okay, and I've turned this paper around so that the front doesn't get on the back of any glue. That's also why I don't do it on the table, because if you see this, I put it half on the paper so that I really get all the way to the edges, and I don't want to get my table all sticky because then it gets it on the next thing and gets bumpy, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so how you put it down is pretty close to where it needs to go just because it's going to leave sticky marks. That looks good to me. Except I covered the bay. Oh well. You can't get too attached to little details like that. Otherwise we're gonna go crazy, and this is the bigger picture. Okay, so now we have quite a space up here compared to the more busy things down here. So we're going to put this nice bowl of herbs. Like that, I think is cute. So again, we'll turn our paper. Boop. Was this the right way up? Oh my God. Yeah. And then I like that close to the edges too. Great, I'm happy. Cute. Okay, then I'm gonna write their message in here. And then on the back, I obviously need to sign it. But what I'm gonna do, very professional, is use my little Lizzie stamp. Which I had custom made. This is my logo. It's trademarked, so don't even try it. And then just find the center-ish. This will do. And I roll it. Nice. Put that aside because we'll use it again. So I know I still need to do the all in, but I remember kind of want to do this on the inside. I feel like that would be so pretty just to do the whole length. But now that I'm looking at it, I don't really want to write anything on this part. So do I do it just here or just leave it open? I'm kind of thinking I actually just leave it open. And I'm thinking maybe I can put a little picture here. The shells could be cute. Or, let's look through these things again. This we could cut out and just put. That could be nice. That doesn't quite do it for me for some reason in that position. That's what she said. The cake could be fun. That would be super cute. I wish it was them though. It's giving more Valentine's. Okay, and let's go through her pile. Oh, the cheese. That could be kind of funny. I think it might be the cheese, but let's just double check. I think here it's because it's just one image. Like these are about how it all works together and like conveys an overall feeling of like nature, adventure, delicious, tangible, bold, fruits of life, colorful. Whereas this is just that. So it really needs to steal the show. And I think if this were like their actual home or something, actually that's really cute. Now that I say that, like something like, this isn't the right size, but something like this doesn't quite, I'm not using very good English today, but doesn't quite do it. I was gonna say it would be cute if this was their actual home. But I do like it and I like the size. Let's just see how they all look. That's nice. Oh dear, I'm gonna like everything, aren't I? That's nice. Why don't you do all of them? Well, I kind of think that there's a beauty in it just being the one. So those are too big. Yes, we could crop down, but I don't know if it's worth it. This I could cut out and put, which honestly could be cool. I do like it being smaller. This feels big. We have an airplane or a helicopter. We have a red helicopter. I did quite like, oh, that's kind of funny too. Like these three, wait a minute. See, sometimes it's good not to plan too hard because I kind of like these three. Wait, that's it. It's totally it, right? Home, food, vibes. Sold. So this guy, goodbye. Then I have all this space for my note down here. This can go back here. Okay, I'm happy. We can flip our paper again. So for an arrangement like this, I like to, oh sorry, maybe we could go a little higher. For an arrangement like this, I like to start with the middle one because then we can balance the spacing on the other two around it. So first we'll get them all in position. I want kind of even-ish spacing as best I can. So the cheese won't be in the exact middle. Wow, I really like this. It's like a storyboard. But this makes sense spatially for me. So I'm gonna hold this down and gently peel this out. And we're gonna do our little around the corner technique. And I'm gonna place it down. And now that it's down, I can rezhuzh, so I don't need those nearby, and I will smooth this out. Lovely. Okay, same with this guy. And because there's an because this is all the space we're working with for this, it doesn't matter what goes on that side. So I'm gonna put this where it makes sense, just from the edge of our cheese to the edge of our table. And then I just realized both the husbands are called Matt. That's funny. Then the same for our cute little, I don't know, something about this cottage just feels summery and that she would like it. Okay. Get that as best in position as I can. Do, 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 do. I really like that. I haven't done something like that before, really, so that's a lot of fun. Okay, we have our space to write, which I'll probably do in this pen, but obviously I'm not going to reveal my wedding message to her because it's going to be quite intimate. So now it's time for All In, which is not going to be exactly center because of the pasta. So I'm going to get my foam squares. And I'm gonna put one on this side and one on this side. And when these stick down, you're not really gonna get them up, especially not on magazine paper because you'll then rip it. So I'm actually gonna look from all the way up here. Maybe like this. Stick. Cute. I don't know why my voice broke there, but I love it. That's so sweet. Adorbs. Okay, cool. So see how it's kind of floating? Love that. One down. For a little interlude, I thought let's actually do the envelopes. I'm gonna use my mouse pad to make sure that it's smooth because my table is grainy. So first, I haven't found a way to film me writing that makes sense. So first we're gonna check the envelope is the right way up because boy, have I done that wrong a few times. We're gonna do classic Lizzie bubble writing. Cat. And then I don't know where I want to put the and yet, but I know his name, so let's put Matt. I like a pointy corner usually. I assume I'm going to put the plus next to the cat because Matt is longer and that will balance it out. But let's just get this down first. Yes. So plus cat plus Matt equals all in on this very happy and fun looking life that I wish for them. Great. Then we have Allison and Matt. Not the same Matt. Hallelujah. The plus is gonna go with the Matt for sure. Sometimes we call her Allie, but I just made it too small to do Allie. So Allie. Son. Allison and Matt, Cat and Matt. Put that to the side. I was thinking of watercoloring these in, but I actually kind of like the simplicity, especially compared with the boldness of this. So anyways, never mind. Now we're going to work on Allison and Matt's card. So it can go either way, remember. Not sure what we're gonna do yet, but it's just the same process, but a totally different outcome. So, well, actually it might be similar, I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna put words on theirs though, because I don't have any. But we're gonna lay out all the pictures. So these two love traveling. So I wanna convey that. I for sure wanna put this one. I just think they'll love that. This I know they'll like too. Okay, and then we also have the maybes, which, okay, I decided I'm saving that, didn't I? Looking at all this, well, no, it does kind of go. Okay, I don't know if everything's in frame here. I don't know if I need that one. Or that. Okay, another sip of juice. My cold is out of here. Okay, who am I saying okay to, Lizzie? I kind of want a little bit of a pinky vibe is what I'm being told. So what's interesting is that this and this is kind of similarly shaped, right? So that could be fun to play with. I kind of also love this. I don't know how I feel about this part, but I love the mountain. So maybe we chop it and the bottom is something else. Let's use our imaginations for a moment. I again would like this to be like a window into their life together. So lots of travel and celebration and beauty. I was gonna say beautifulness, not a word. That's kind of cool actually. Pink, pink, green, green, door, door. Simple, but sick. What do you think? That, actually I think is really nice. I'm always a bit confused when it didn't take a long time, but I'm also trying to unlearn that things have to take a long time to be good. And this, I feel, just fell so nicely into place, no? Yeah. I mean, we also, that doesn't hit the same. I think we'd give this a go, and we can always play with the insides too. That we call divine intervention. So, I'm gonna move these all a bit to the side actually. And then let's look at where, okay, we want about a finger's width gone. I would like this more in the center, which means I'm gonna take a half finger from either side. So here. And let's take a half finger here. Perfect. And all my scraps are going in a little pile right here, by the way, and we'll deal with those later. Then I really like including the tip of the mountain because you see the horizon or what, I don't know, something behind it. There's a little bit of a road too, and that kind of just suggests like infinity, and hopefully they'll be married for infinity, you know? So let's measure this one out. For this one, I would actually like them to line up the edges. Do I? I think so, yeah. So I'm gonna do that. And I'm not so interested, I'm sorry, you're not in frame. I'm not so interested in whatever's going on there. But it's around there. Make a little mark for ourselves. And cut. And that's not smooth. Also, I know I could use a paper cutter. I have 4 different paper cutters, but for me, I just find the process of like doing it all myself kind of meditative, and I enjoy finding the precision. Not to say you have to enjoy it, but I do. Okay, I'd like this a little thinner, which works out because this was not straight. Anywho, okay, a bunch of eyeballing is gonna happen here. This is also going in scraps. Actually, this I know for sure I'll keep. Like, this could be so cool for something else. So that's gonna go in the discard pile. That's gonna go back in the drawer. Anyway, so much stuff these days is automated. I really like using my hands. Makes me feel grounded. That's pretty good. I'm happy with that. Okay. So I don't really want it to be 50-50. So I'm gonna trim some of the top off of this. Was that straight? What's going on today? Not at all. Also, it's because it's not perfectly aligned. I think looking at it now, it looks a little, I don't want to try and get it exactly perfect and it's not going to work out. So I want this one to be thinner. So I'm just going to do a whole sliver off the edge and hope it's straight. My God, can't do that again. And then this one should go off the sides a bit. Yeah, okay, yeah, okay. Actually, that feels better to me. And then this is like a window into the future in some way. Wow, this is one of my favorite I've ever made. It's pretty crazy. And there's not gonna be too much measuring here. So we'll get our little paper nearby. Not too much measuring because, oh, also, wait, we can crop some of this and keep it. So here's where it goes to. So I'd say just above that, I can crop. Oh gosh, that might have been too high, but this can also go in the collage drawer because it's great as a background texture. There we go. That works. Okay. Oops. And then X. Oh, I'm scared of getting it on the purple. Okay. Oh dear. So I want it right in the center, high to the top. As long as this top line is straight, the others might not be because I cut them myself. So that's what I'm going to base my placing decision on. So let's get rid of all these little, yeah, you don't ever want too much glue. Get rid of any air bubbles. Pretty. Turn this around. And let's place this in our minds a little bit. Yes, like that. Looks great. And so I'm gonna get those two sides down. I want this a little higher still if I can. Gently pushing. You know what, not gonna go. That's fine, we'll just go here. Wow, I don't think I really verbalized it, like even to myself in my head, but this is exactly the color scheme I was going for. Why am I getting rid of that? I need that still. Then let's look at where this nice window should go, which doesn't need any cropping, which is pretty cool. I think like that. Yeah. So let's find a clean bit of paper, which is gonna be here. Sometimes the hands can get quite gluey, and so if I'm doing a lot of these, I will wash them in between plenty. And if I were to do any more, I would also do that now, but I just have this one. Although maybe we'll put something in the middle, but whatever. Okay, so I want even spacing on the bottom and the top and the side, which looks kind of like that. That'll do. Spread it out. There we go. Love it. How cute. This is a little crazy of me, but I like to go through the scraps and see if there's anything I would keep. Honestly, I deem these two keepable. Why is the focus being weird? Because see how like little, I was using honestly kind of biggish pieces here, but you could use tiny little ones, like we could have put something there. And this pizza could have been good for something like that, so I'm gonna keep those. I feel like a maniac going through these don't tickle me in the same way, so those are gonna go in recycling. And we're gonna collect up all of our bits that we didn't use. And we will have another opportunity to get out of the drawer one day. Not today. So I'm gonna go put them away. And then we're going to stamp Allison and Matt's. Oh, do I want something on the inside for them? The shell could be kind of cute. BRB. All right, change of plans. There's a few things I think could be cute on the inside, but first we're gonna do, my stamp. While it's as flat as can be, typically this would actually be good to do first, but whatever. So we're gonna get it in the ink, roll it, and then in the center, roll. And then let's open it back up as a refresher. Wow, just love that. Oh my gosh, it's also like the two of them, but it's yin yang, so combining. So like, let's say she's the pink and he's in her heart center. He's the green, the pink is in his heart center. But then there's like passages to each other. Whoa. I really wonder about me sometimes. Okay, so I'm gonna write on this part because that's not where the collage is. Let's look at all these things. I think using the same color scheme is gonna be the move. And that is totally, okay, let's actually look at them here first. Really doing it as I go, as you can see. Also similar, pretty. Now, oh look. This I'd really thought would be great for them. I'll see. Oh my God, I flipped this over and it's this. Wait a minute. Sometimes both sides are cool. I wonder what side I intended. I guess it doesn't really matter. If this was green and not turquoise, that would be so cute. Don't hate it, but I don't know. Not the right color. That is really sweet, and they love their dog, but they have a golden doodle, Luna, and this is not a golden doodle. And it's more the sentiment of like a home with a dog. But no. I just can't get over this cake. It just looks so good, but too good. All right, so we've shortlisted to these guys. It's also the option to do multiple. That did work here. But I think it really worked there somehow. I don't know. Let's see. So imagine, dear Allison, Matt, blah, 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 blah. I like that. Doesn't feel right. I like that. I don't love it. In another context, I could love it. So it's not a judgment on the piece. It's just like this card, you know. Too big. I feel like it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. 100%. Okay, let's get our gluing tools. Oh, that's cool as well. The garden magazines are so good. I just love them because they just have huge spreads on both pages. And you get so much good stuff. It can be hard to decide which one to go for, but then I guess that's just led by what project you go with. Okay, now this is kind of hard to see this split, to be honest. So I'm gonna put this here so that I can really have a good visual of what's in the center. And if it doesn't move, and I want it medium from the top and the bottom and side to side, which is there-ish. Okay, and then do this to avoid, so another reason why this is good is because your fingers are gonna be a bit grubby with all the glue and stuff, and this means you don't get it on the image. Yes, I have a lot of little kitten scratches on my hands. Where's that? Oh my gosh, love. Dear Allison and Matt. And they're also, they want to get a home soon. And so maybe this is like a window into, this feels like a home to me, or like a nice hotel, but you know, place to lay your head that's comfortable. All right, well, thanks for joining. That was fun for me. Hope it was fun for you. To sum up this video, we have Cat and Matt's all in with their little happy home, cheese, sunset, and nature moment. Space for their note. Little 3D all in. Which will go in here. And then we have Allison and Matt's yin yang, love connected. Sometimes a picture's worth 1,000 words, and that's what I'm feeling right now. This is what it looks like. With these colors coming together for a beautiful vignette inside. I don't even know which one I like more, but I'm happy they turned out so different and unique and one of one. See you next time. Also, let me know if you like this and you want to see more like this or not. But if not, do it nicely. Okay, bye.